You're in a hurry. Always in a hurry. You want results now. You want progress fast. You want everything to click overnight. And when it doesn't, you get frustrated. You start questioning the process. You start doubting yourself. You start thinking, maybe this isn't working. So you rush. You skip steps. You cut corners. You try to force results that aren't ready yet. And in doing that, you destroy the very thing you're trying to build. There was a man who planted a seed. Every day, he watered it. Day 1, nothing. Day 2, nothing. Week 1, still nothing. He got impatient. Why isn't it growing? So he dug it up. Checked the roots. Nothing. So he planted it again. Watered it. Waited. Still nothing. Dug it up again. And again. And again. Until eventually, the seed died. Not because it couldn't grow. Because it was never given time. That's you. You keep digging up your progress because you don't see results fast enough. You don't trust the process. You don't respect the timeline. So you sabotage it. Over and over again. You've been conditioned to expect speed. Fast money. Fast success. Fast transformation. But real growth? It's slow. Painfully slow. It doesn't happen in days. It doesn't happen in weeks. It happens in seasons. In phases. In layers. And if you can't accept that, you'll always quit too early. There was a blacksmith forging a sword. He didn't rush it. He heated the metal, hammered it, cooled it, then repeated the process. Over and over. Each strike shaping it. Each cycle strengthening it. If he rushed it, if he skipped steps, the blade would crack, break, fail when it is needed most. But because he respected the process, the sword became unbreakable. That's what's happening to you right now. You're being forged, tested, shaped, but you're trying to escape the heat, avoid the pressure, skip the repetition. You want the final product, without going through the process that creates it. It doesn't work like that. You can't rush strength. You can't rush discipline. You can't rush mastery. Because those things are built, not given. Layer by layer. Rep by rep. Day by day. There was a fighter who wanted to be the best. So he trained hard every day. But after a few months, he got frustrated. I should be better by now. I should be winning already. So he started rushing, throwing wild punches, forcing outcomes, abandoning fundamentals. And in doing that, he got worse. Because he stopped trusting the process. He stopped respecting the time it takes to improve. Then one day, his coach stopped him, looked him in the eyes and said, "You're not losing because you're not capable. You're losing because you're impatient." That hit him. So he slowed down, focused on the basics, trusted the repetition. And over time, everything changed. That's the shift you need. From rushing to trusting. From forcing to building. From impatience to discipline. Because impatience kills progress. It makes you quit too early, switch too often, doubt too quickly. But patience builds power. It keeps you in the game long enough to win. Think about a storm. It doesn't pass instantly. It builds. Slowly. Pressure rising. Winds growing stronger. Until eventually, it unleashes its full force. Your life works the same way. Right now, you're building pressure. Skills. Habits. Discipline. But because you don't see the storm yet, You think nothing is happening. So you panic. You rush. You try to force the outcome. But the outcome comes when it's ready, not when you demand it. There was a man building a business. First year, no profit. Second year, barely surviving. Third year, still struggling. Everyone around him told him to quit. Find something faster. Do something easier. This isn't working. But he stayed. He trusted the process. He refined his skills. He improved his system. He stayed consistent. And then, everything changed. Growth. Momentum. Success. Not because he rushed. Because he endured. That's what people don't see. They see the result. They don't see the years of invisible work. The patience. The persistence. The process. You're in that phase right now. The invisible phase. Where nothing looks impressive. Where progress feels slow. Where results don't show. But this is where everything is being built. This is where you earn it. This is where you separate yourself. Because most people quit here. They get impatient. They chase shortcuts. They abandon the process. And they start over. Again. And again. And again. While the ones who stay win. Not because they're better. Because they lasted longer. Because they trusted the process. You don't need to rush. You need to stay. Stay consistent. Stay disciplined. Stay focused. Because time is going to pass anyway. The question is, will you use it to build something? Or will you waste it chasing quick results that never last? You're closer than you think. But your impatience is trying to pull you away. Don't let it. Slow down. Lock in. Trust what you're doing. Trust the work. Trust the process. Because if you stay long enough, if you keep showing up, if you keep building, even when it feels like nothing is happening, it will pay off. Not maybe. Eventually. That's how it works. So stop rushing. Stop digging up your progress. Stop chasing shortcuts. Start building. Start trusting. Start staying. Because the process you're trying to escape is that same process that will make you unstoppable. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. I trust the process and I build with patience. So that I know you stayed all the way till the end. And you will stay consistent and trust your journey without rushing results.